Hello everyone and welcome back. Going into the third hour here on week 8 of RollPlay Mirrorshades. It's time to see the entire party just die by the gang that I decided, the King's Gate boys.
Yes.
We're all gonna die. We're all dead.
Well, one hopes you won't all die, but...
I won't die because I'm a troll, but Bon, it's been nice knowing you.
What do you? Why you gotta do that shit, man?
I know. It sucks to know, but I'm with you. I'm here for you.
All right. Well, let's see what happens. So, yeah, the trip takes about, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. Deshawn doesn't really talk unless you talk to him, which we don't see happening, I imagine.
Yeah, I just look kind of badass driving in the car.
And when he pulls off of like the main road, you start heading towards what look like a block of like tenement buildings, and they roll up into the parking lot, and he gets out, and the bikes all start like pulling up and people getting off the bikes. And he walks over to, when he gets out, he like closes the door and like locks the truck and starts walking over to the guy that has the package, and he gives it to him, like, because he took it in the truck. He gives it to this guy and is like, he's like, all right, take it back, start cutting it up. I got some business to deal with. And he starts like walking into another building, into like one of the buildings.
Okay.
You look around, you don't see a school anywhere.
What are the rest of his people doing?
Various, like, they're all kind of going to do their own thing. Like, some of them, there's another group of them in the little courtyard of the building, and they're sitting around just on some like miscellaneous like furniture that's been dragged out here, and so they start like shouting to each other like, hey, whatever, like, welcome back, and they like go and start talking. You can hear music like coming out of one of the windows of the one of the nearby tenement buildings. There are some people around, mostly humans, but a very visible like orc population. Everybody looks like pretty poor. And Hidea, I think, says to Bon, like, she walks over to you and she kind of looks around and she's like, shakes her head. She's like, I don't think this is the school.
What do you mean?
Well, look around. Do you see a school anywhere? Where are we?
I mean, we're on bikes, right? Can I walk up?
No, you're done now. You've parked. The bikes are off,
okay.
and everybody's getting out. Yeah.
So can I just kind of turn to Deshawn?
Yeah, I mean, he's a ways off. You can shout to him or like run over.
6534 East Lake Samish Parkway.
So he turns real slow and he's like, yeah, we'll get you there. Fucking relax. I got shit to do first.
What time is it?
Do you have a watch?
Is there a like radio on the motorcycle?
No.
I asked the bad surgery victim with me if he has the time.
He like looks at his watch. He's like 9:15, probably.
So should we just keep going to the school? Cause I mean, I know you had a rough life, but you must have gotten better education than this.
He looks at you. He's like, I don't care where you go. I do what Deshawn says.
So, you don't mind if I take this bike right now?
He looks at you. He's like, girl, you're crazy. That's my bike. Hell no.
You can come with.
Yeah, I don't want to go to some school. I'm done with that shit. I'm a grown man.
Oh yeah? Where'd you stop? What grade did you get?
He's like, I got my GED or whatever. Fucking don't come up here talking shit to me. This is where I live.
If he's like moving his hands and he still has my hoops in them, then I like just reach out and grab them.
I think they're in his like vest pocket.
Oh, okay. So I just like reach over and grab them out of his vest pocket.
Okay. Yeah, he lets you.
All right. And I say, well, I might be back. I might need your help. And then I walk over to the group.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Deshawn looks like
over
he's
to the
just
group too.
yeah. You guys are like out in this parking lot, And yeah, Hidea is like just looking concerned, and Deshawn was like, "Yeah, I got shit to do. We'll get you there, but fucking chill."
All right. Then I just kind of turn to D and say, "Look, Maurice said that these guys were going to transport us there. We know what time it is."
Yeah, like 9:15. Yep, like
Okay,
45
so
minutes.
we have plenty of time to get to the school. Let's just stay safe, and we'll be on our way soon.
Okay. So you just want to like stand out here and wait in the parking?
Well, no, I mean, like, we should at least, if there's a place where we can get off the street, yes, I would suggest that we do that.
Yeah, I mean you can follow Deshawn if you want to, or just like hang out in the courtyard with all the rest of
should
the
definitely-
Kingsgate boys.
Yeah, I think we should definitely stand somewhere where we are associated with them.
All right.
I'm gonna follow Deshawn. If he
Okay.
goes off, I'll follow him.
All right. So he walks over to one of the like houses. Lots of them are boarded up. There's a guy like an orc holding an AK-97 standing in front of this one, and he kind of gives Deshawn the nod as he comes up. And Deshawn stops and he turns around to you, Crusher, and he's like, "Look, man, no disrespect, but I can't have that RoboCop shit up in my house. So you lose the gear or you stay outside."
My visor has been up this entire time, so
It's up to you.
yeah, I would say it has, and so I flip
Sure.
it up at this point, and I guess that's the first time that he sees that I'm a troll, but maybe he knew just from my size.
Oh yeah, he definitely would have known.
Okay, and when he does that, I kind of like holster my gun, in like both arms, or bring it up in both arms and just look at him. See if
Okay.
that like makes him more into me coming in.
Yeah, he's like like I said, man, the only people that get guns in my house are me and my friends, and you're not me, son. You're not me. So you wait outside, or you like gestures. You dress like a normal motherfucker for 5 minutes. You can come in. You want a beer? I got beer inside, dude.
Who's standing next to the door? It's the guy with an AK.
Yeah, just like an orc gangster.
I post up on the other side of the door and just look outward and like ignore the fact that he's standing next to me.
So you're just gonna like hang out.
Yeah.
Basically. All right. So he looks at you. He's like, "Word," and goes inside.
So I would say, I like try to catch up to where Crusher is, and then
Okay, sure. Yeah, you can.
just kind of chill.
Okay. So it happens gradually enough that maybe you don't really like notice it, but pretty soon you don't see anyone around you that you recognize aside from each other. Like there are people wearing the like gang colors, but the gangsters that brought you here seem to have dissipated into the crowd. There's maybe like a dozen gangsters, and then maybe like twice that in like miscellaneous sort of like folks that are around, people sitting outside their houses, kids like playing in the courtyard. Yeah. So I think that unless you guys like do something specific, some of the gangsters will like come over to you and start like talking to you depending on who you are, right? Like Crusher is over by the door, he's kind of like left you. And so they come over and just start like obtrusively like asking questions, like, "Oh, who are you? How do you know Deshawn? What are you doing here?" And like Bonbon, they're like aggressively like hassling you. They're like, "Oh, what's pretty girl doing? Like you doing in the Barrens?" And like 3 or 4 of them will be around you at once, trying to talk to you.
Wait,
What?
Bonbon?
Yeah.
One at a time. I've got answers for all your questions.
You don't get the impression that they're actually trying to have a conversation. Like they're like, "Oh, I like your tattoos, girl. Where'd you get those? You got any more?" And like, asking you about your cyberware, and like, "Oh yeah, you want to see my cybernetic dick?" And like, they're like really like getting in your face.
Can I see this from afar?
I don't have my cybernetic magnifying glass in order to be able to see that.
So the
Gotcha.
guy you say that to is like, "Oh, I'm hurt," and he like makes a big joke of it. But they don't stop like hassling you. They're not being like grabby or anything, but they're like, "Yeah, you want to come to
Sure.
my place?"
And
Like,
I'm just
I got like all this stuff, and they're like talking about like, "Oh, come see my TV, it's huge," and like trying to like lure you away from the group.
After like 5 minutes of watching this and it continues to go on, Adam, I would say I
Yep.
eventually just walk over there, and I kind of just like look at everyone, and hopefully they start to look at me, and then I just like.
Oh yeah,
talk.
they hear you like roboting your way over and
Yeah.
get like nervous or
Kinda,
like
I kind of just like look at Bonbon. I'm just like nodding. I look at them. I look at Bonbon again. I look at him, and then I just like cock the assault cannon once, and then I just keep staring at them, just to see how they react.
okay, cool. The guy that made the cybernetic dick remark is like he says to you, he's like, whoa, shit! I didn't realize the big guy was your boyfriend. I'm sorry. And he like backs off, and he says to you, Crusher, like, man, you got a fine woman here for a human. And he looks at it and he sees your name tag. He's like, Crusher, fuck yeah, I'd crush that. And like, so now they're trying to get you in on the harassment. They're like, yeah, she's hot, dude. Like, good job. What are you doing while this is happening? Like everyone else.
I'm actually laughing. Bonbon is actually laughing at this point.
I'm just.
Okay.
Crusher's just like I cocked it once and I stopped nodding and just stared very like calmly at him. But the entire time if he keeps talking I'm just like bobbing my head along to everything he says.
Okay.
I find, are there any windows or like mirrors, like rear view mirrors or like left or right side mirrors on cars that I can look into?
Yes, yeah. You can find a reflective surface, no problem.
Yeah, one of those. What's the refractive index? No.
It's the LD.
Yeah, so while this is going on, I look over at Bonbon the harassment, and I just like look in the mirror, and I'm like, I just keep doing that.
All right, there's this orc kid. He can't be more than like 7 or 8. When you look up, you see him like staring at you. He's like staring up at you, and he's like, kind of squints. He's like, "Are you famous?"
Yeah, I am.
He kind of like looks at your clothes. He's like, "You're fancy."
Thanks. I just like walk off a bit and turn to the side.
So as you
I'm
start
like
to walk,
super stoked.
I think as you start to walk away, he's like, "Don't walk away, and I'm talking to you." It's like little kid.
Well, I'm used to this kind of harassment, so it was already expected. I still keep walking on by.
All right, yeah, he just shouts something at your back, like, "Well, fuck you anyway," and like walks off.
Throw up a peace sign.
So breakdown. Idea is like kind of like glued to you right now. Like she's like holding your arm,
Right.
and you can like feel her like shaking a little bit, though you can't tell like if she's angry or scared or what her deal is. She's just like looking around. She's like really strong too, so she's like got a pretty like firm grip on your admittedly not very huge muscles.
Just
How you're hurting me? Oh, God.
it's like, yeah. Well, I know I was with Crusher near the door, so I guess the 3 of us were there and probably followed Crusher when he walked over.
Yeah.
I definitely, while we were watching all this go down, I was like debating whether or not to give one of them a deadly allergy and decided not to.
Use that magic. Witchcraft.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess we've like walked over, but I am not protesting at all to Hadia being like on me. In fact, I have like my hand on top of her hand, like trying to be as comforting as I can.
Okay. Did you say anything to her?
I don't want to say anything to her in front of like the thugs, because even though it might be obvious that she's upset, I don't want to like vocalize that she's upset.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
Right. Yeah, I mean, if you
instead
want,
I
like...
just kind of like rub her hand a little bit.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I mean these gangsters kind of like spend the entire time you're around like half-heartedly kind of harassing Bonbon and Night's Ass especially. Are you still hiding the fact that you're an elf, Breakdown?
Mm-hmm.
You have your like hood up and stuff. Okay, they just ignore you. You just look like a hobo. Yeah. So Night's Ass and Bonbon, what do you guys want to do?
So there's like no immediate threat. I mean, all we can really do.
Yeah, I mean they're not like trying to drag you away because Crusher's right here, but they're like, yeah, talking big and like they seem bored, and so they're just kind of like harassing you because you're there. And time just passes, right? Like you don't Deshawn doesn't just like come back. So
I mean, I'm just gonna kind of just patiently wait and watching, constantly watching the clock, knowing that we have to get to this place at 10.
okay. What at what point do you want to go and like knock on the door and be like, hey, we gotta go?
At 9:45.
Okay. All right. Yeah, 9:45 comes, and there you are, like walking towards the door that Deshawn went into.
Okay.
And the orc bodyguard kind of like steps in the way and like puts his hand up. He's like, shakes his head.
We have to be at our location at 10 o'clock. I'm just wondering what's up.
Looks down at you because he's like up on the steps. He looks down and he's like, you got an attitude. He just kind of stares blankly past you. As if that was a statement that should have like made you go away.
I do have an attitude. You all right? I'm wondering about our appointment at 10 o'clock, which happens to be about now 14 minutes from now.
He's like, appointment? It's not a fucking hair salon. I don't know what you mean, appointment. I mean, Deshawn didn't say nothing about that.
Did Deshawn say how long he was going to be?
I don't fucking know. I'm not his mom.
Yeah? I thought maybe you were. I'm sorry. I understand. I mean, I'm sure you're as pretty as she is. Can you go tell Deshawn that we're waiting?
Make a charisma check.
All right, I'll do it.
Target's 5.
All right. 4. Let's see. Just a double check. 4. Okay, 4. Target 5. 2 successes.
Nice. Okay. So he opens the door to like lean in and like say something to somebody inside to like go get Deshawn. And you hear inside like the like banging of a screen door and like shouting and stuff from inside. And you hear Deshawn yell like, fucking go get somebody. He's fucking bleeding out. And the guy looks at you and he's like, you can't fucking come in. And he like runs inside, but he doesn't like lock the door or close it behind him. And just the screen just like slams shut.
Does everybody hear that or only Bon Bon?
I mean, yeah, sure. You're all kind of in range.
And he went back into the room?
He goes inside, yeah.
But you said like I was already inside, like looking up the stairs, right?
Well, you're on the stoop, right? So like there's a courtyard, and then the tenements around all have little steps that lead up.
I
Some
got
have,
you.
like sub-basements.
I mean, so if I just walk up to the door, can I?
Yeah, you just
see
walk
in?
up and open the door and look in. Yeah.
Can I just see what's going on without opening the door?
Yeah, there's like a screen. The inside door is.
Yeah. What do I see?
So you see past. There's a bunch of people crowded around like a table in the kitchen, and they're all like shouting. And you hear someone like moaning loudly in pain, and it's like half moan, half sob. It's like you've been in gunfights before. It's like the sound of someone who thinks they're gonna die.
If I like walk over, power walk.
Yeah.
Over and I look at Bon Bon, like, is somebody like dying in there?
I just start like shaking my head. Yeah, I think so.
I walk in.
Yeah, you're just gonna like right through.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I mean, you can smell like blood in the air as soon as you walk in. There's someone nearby who's very badly hurt. There's just this crowd of like sweaty, shouting dudes around a table. Someone is lying on the table, but you can barely see them. Like you can see their arms sticking out, and their arms covered in blood. There's blood all over the floor. It looks like they dragged him in from the back, where if you look through the kitchen, you can see the back door is kind of open, and there's like a like a muscle car painted in that kind of like orange yellow color, out back, still idling with the door open. And there's like loud music playing from a stereo sitting on top of a fridge, and there's like white powder all over the floor. It looks like when they put them on the table, they knocked something over, and there's like, yeah. There's also a scattering of like cred sticks lying on the floor now too. And it's like super loud in here, like high decibel, like chainsaw noise, because everyone is shouting at everybody else.
Right.
It seems like some of the other guys they're also like covered in blood but don't seem injured. They're trying to explain what happened and trying to get Deshawn to like get some guys and like come and deal with it. But Deshawn is on the other side being like, fucking, I don't care what happened. Like, go get the doctor. Like, we got to save this guy. And there's, dude, like dying on the table. And I think that as you come in, they move enough that you can see the guy's face. So it's an orc. I mean, he's like Hispanic. He makes eye contact with you, and you can see the like, holy shit, I'm gonna die, like look on his face.
I like the second that we make eye contact, I'm totally committed to like healing this guy, and I just walk over with my hands up, and I'm just yelling, "I'm a healer! I'm a healer! I can help! I'm a healer!" Okay.
I think the closest guy, like, as you get close to him, he, like, turns and, like, goes to push you. He's like, get the fuck out of here. And, like, goes to shove you away. What are you gonna do?
I mean, I don't know that I have, like, reaction enough to, like,
do you just, like, let him push you, or do you want to try and, like,
I mean, I wouldn't want
dodge?
to. I would like to try to dodge that, sure.
Okay, sure. Make a quickness test.
Oh, Lord. Okay, so I roll my quickness. What's my target number?
So what's your intent? Do you want to dodge? Do you want to, like, juke one way and then duck past him and get over to the guy? Or do you want to just not get shoved? What's your...
I want to get to the guy. The guy who's...
So you want to get past him. Okay,
yeah.
So there's a little bit of, like, fake out, like, try to get in there. Okay.
I feel like a gust of wind could knock down breakdown.
Oh, you just... He pushes you and you break all your ribs.
Son of a bitch.
You just blow away in a cloud of feathers.
I can use my dodge pool for this too, right?
Sure, why not?
Thank God.
So you roll against target number 5, and then I'll roll, and we'll see who
gosh.
gets more successes.
Oh!
Shit! Like,
I dodged the shit out of that shit.
Wow.
Alright, so he's got 5, and his target
I
number
am so committed to healing this son of a bitch. Get out of my way.
Yeah, you did it. You beat him. Good job. So he just flails towards you, and describe your moment of ninja zen. How do you get past this guy? He's like a big orc. He's got his sleeves rolled up. Both his hands are covered in blood. He looks panicked. He goes to push you. What do you do?
I mean, I kind of expect them to not be happy to see me, which is why I'm like trying to be overly passive, but also get it across that I'm a healer. So like when the guy goes to turn, I just kind of like flinch out of the way, and he's like shoved at me with enough force that his heavy body just kind of like falls over, and I'm like, oh, okay. And just like move around him.
I feel like Breakdown needs to learn judo or something. Like
some sort of a skill.
Oh, like Tai Chi, just let him roll.
Yeah,
out
just
the
like,
way.
I will use your weight against you. Fall to the earth.
The style of stop hitting yourself. Stop. Cool, yeah, so you're just not there when he goes to grab you. And yeah, with a flutter, he tumbles, and you're just like standing on the edge of this like this ratty formica table. And yeah, this dude, you can see now, like every time he breathes in, the sucking chest wound like bubbles, and there's just like orc blood everywhere.
Oh.
Yeah, he just got shot in the chest, and the dude's got like, I don't know, a minute left to live. What are you gonna do?
Can I try to make eye contact with Deshawn.
Okay.
I'm assuming he has seen me because I stand out.
Yeah,
A little bit.
It's funny because you get the impression that the power struggle in the room isn't even about the dying guy. Like, it's almost like they don't care. Like, Deshawn, his real struggle here is, fuck you, do what I tell you. Like, no, we're not getting the guns and going out fucking banging these guys. We're going to deal with this problem first. It's about him having control. He doesn't actually care about the dude. And the other guys are like, look, Deshawn, you got to be tough. We got to roll up on these guys and deal with this problem because they shot our friend. He sees you, but it's like, the fuck are you doing here? I don't care.
Right.
You know, like if
Okay.
it was Crusher, it'd be a different story. But you're like garbage to him.
I'm
so
just
whatever.
gonna heal him.
Yeah. Okay.
Heal deadly.
He has definitely suffered a deadly wound. Let me consult the sacred tome to see. Thankfully, he doesn't have that much cyberware, so it shouldn't be like a Crusher heal or anything.
Okay, so I can also use my magic pool,
Yeah.
right?
You can split your magic pool between resisting the drain and casting the actual spell.
So
All right.
God, I
so
always forget. So I don't
It's okay.
I don't roll the force. Force is what I'm rolling against, right?
No, force is the number of dice you roll plus
Okay.
the 2 dice that you have as a dove shaman.
Okay, 5, 6, 7, and then if I add 2 from my magic pool, so I'll be rolling 9.
Okay. Your target number is 10 minus his essence, which is 5. So your target number is 5.
I swear to God, if I get 0, I'm gonna flip a bitch. Okay,
Oh snap!
6.
Nice. That is excellent.
What?
Okay.
That's really good. Wow.
So the way it works is normally it would take 20 rounds for him to like, you start at 20 rounds and work back from there. If you didn't heal him, he'd just die. But so it's 20 divided by the number of successes that you got. Divide the base healing by extra successes. So divided by 5. Cool. So in 4 turns, you'll heal up his wound and he will not bleed to death. So unless something bad happens to him in the next like 20 seconds.
And
Now
I
you
might,
gotta resist.
and I might at the end of that
You might
just
pass out.
pass the fuck
You might
out.
pass out
yeah.
right now. You might never actually know if he survives because you fall unconscious and bang your head on the table. But so the difficulty for it is it's a deadly 2 wound that you need to resist. So you'll need to get, let's see, 2, 4, 6. You'll need 8 successes for it to do nothing. If you get no successes, you pass out immediately.
Right.
And might not wake up for an hour or so. So this is you're resisting with your willpower, plus any other dice you have left over from your spell pool.
So 7, target number is 5
Magic.
again, right?
Yeah.
4.
Okay, cool. So you take a moderate mental wound.
Okay.
And so what does that scene look like? So you come rushing in, you dodge past this guy, you make eye contact with Deshawn for just a second, and then you cast your spell on him, but it taxes you. What does that look like?
Like obviously the reason that I went in there was pretty selfish. It wasn't necessarily I need to heal this person at first. It was if I can like stop this current situation, then maybe we can continue with what we need to be doing. But like the second that I see this guy and see that he's literally on that edge of dying, it becomes kind of like a catch-22 of like I just want him to live. So yeah, I try to make eye contact. I have that second of like I should probably make sure this is okay, and then I throw that away for I just want this guy to live, and I hope that it's obvious that the magic I'm doing is helpful and not harmful, and that they don't react badly.
Okay.
But I just that sort of like white smoky magic that I always use, I just kind of a bunch of it just seems to come out of my body and just go straight into his, just like more power than I've ever used to just try and like heal this person to the point that he won't die.
Cool. Okay, so I think that when you start casting the spell, there's a sudden like silence, and like before this happens, what's everybody doing between when Breakdown dashes into the house and the moment the spell goes off?